night, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again on KA Fashion Connect. My name is Paula Allen, and I am your host, reminding everyone to share, subscribe, and like us on YouTube and Facebook at Kingdom Arts BB. Tonight, we have with us Omari Oneil. He's an emerging stylist who almost needs no introduction. He's worked with John Yard, Samuel Madies, Larix, Nokovia, and he's here to talk to us about men and their appearance. Omari, welcome. How are you doing?
Hey, how are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. It's so good to have you with us on KA Fashion Connect. I'm excited to talk to you about men and their appearance and your thoughts and giving us practical tips. But first of all, tell us exactly where was your interest first started in terms of fashion and becoming a stylist?
Okay, well, first off, my interest in fashion kind of came down from generation to generation. So my grandfather, he was pretty stylish. My father, sorry, very stylish, and I started to find my way in creating my own style by firstly doing it the wrong way, but I didn't have much confidence in myself. I wasn't sure if I looked good. I wasn't sure if the girls was like looking at me or not. And then I took the initiative to research it to see, look at men that I thought dressed well, took care of themselves, uh, and I used that, experimented on my own self, had some hits, had
Right,
some misses, but eventually I started to have a love for it, for creating that ensemble and being creative in how I dress and what I wear, the colors I choose. So from that, then being stylish over time, meeting my friends and talking to different people, different artists as well, they asked me for advice, and
right.
I looked at myself and I was like, I could probably do this. Like I could tell people how to dress and give them
I
advice.
could do this.
So yeah, yeah. So God gave me the opportunity to work with some amazing people, and I will forever have a love for it. I mean,
Okay, great. So for those of us out there who doesn't know exactly what a stylist does, what really is involved in your profession when you go to a client, what do you expect from them and what do they expect from you?
when I go to a client, it is mostly to understand their personality. It's
Right,
to understand what they want to achieve, what message they want to send across through their clothing. And
right,
they expect me to deliver who they are in clothes. A lot
right,
of times a bunch of people can pick clothes for you, but then what you wear doesn't really express who you are. And when it comes to stylists and artists, singers, dancers, it doesn't matter, anybody doing a photo shoot, you really want to
right,
showcase who the person actually is. So that's why I pay
right.
attention to when people come to me for advice.
Okay, great. So is there a difference between fashion and style, you would say?
There's a huge difference between fashion and style.
Okay,
Fashion pertains mostly to the trends that occur, people creating new ideas, and there's a specific type of untold rule behind fashion. Style is more personal.
okay,
It's about the
okay.
person and their opinion and how they feel and their character and personality. So those are the two differences. We use fashion to create our own style.
Okay, nice. Okay. And just a little bit more about your experience as a stylist. When you go to various clients, what has your experience been working with one client versus another, in terms of just working with them and what you have to think through and process?
Um, there's some people that know exactly what they want and just find it hard to bring it over and close. And then there are some people that have
Okay.
no clue. Um, it's a lot more fun to style people that have no clue because you really open up their eyes to a new world almost. So
Right.
um, I enjoy both, but there are people that know specifically what they want, but just don't know how to express it, and then
Right.
people that don't have a clue what to do. So
Okay.
it's fun both ways.
Okay. Okay. Now I know in speaking with you before that you really have a passion about men and their appearance. What really has driven this passion of yours to speak to men, young men in particular, about how they carry themselves with regards to their appearance?
To be honest, it started in the barbershop. It started by me being a
Okay.
groomer. And I say groomer, not barber, because it's not only the action of cutting the hair. It's the
Okay.
ability to talk to them, the ability to empower or learn from. Because I feel like
Right.
that's a way to groom as well, when you learn from other people or other people, regardless of age. And I realized that there was something that they had in common. They really didn't pay attention to their image. They didn't care too much about how they were dressed. They just did it. And it
Right.
came like, it was almost like a stigma where women were the people that paid attention to how they look, men just put on a shirt and a pants. And I didn't really like
Hmm.
that. So
Right.
that's what really opened up my eyes. But then what really gave me the passion is seeing it from a Christian perspective and seeing
Okay.
how Christian men really don't pay attention at all to how they look. And I don't think that that's how it should be.
Right.
And I'm hoping that um, I have the experience and the ability to show men on a whole that it's not only for women. Fashion is not only for
Right.
women. Style is not only.
So why should men make an effort in their appearance? Yeah, the question they may ask, why should I care?
We can go two ways. We can go the spiritual route, and we can go the natural route.
Okay, both. Let's do both.
From the nat Let's do both. So let's start with the natural. From the natural element of image and how you carry yourself. Most men try to get attention from women, right?
Okay.
And let's be real. As a woman, you have a specific type of man. Even though we know that's not how it's supposed to be, women have a specific characteristic for how they want a man to look. Their man, their
Hmm.
husband, or whoever they want to look.
Right.
So if that's the case, then we need to provide the women with the options,
Okay.
right? So we got take care of our skin, take care of our hair, take care of our face, and dress well because they are attracted to men that dress well. Now, if we go the spiritual route, God talks
Right.
about our bodies being the temple of Christ. And when I think about a temple, any temple that I know God to have decorated, it was always immaculate. It was always well dressed. It was always the best linens, the best cloths, the best threads. It was always done well, and the people that were running it were always dressed well. There was a place in the Bible where he talked about specific colors for the priests to wear: the rubies, the purples, the blues, and
Right.
all of those types of stuff. And I told myself, if God was this detailed when it came to clothing, I would
Right.
expect us to be as detailed, you know. And when a person looks at me, a Christian man, they need
Right.
to see a man as well put together on a whole, inside and out.
Right.
So that's where I think the overall vision of men dressing well comes into play. It's more about looking presentable, having a class, and it just affects your mood and your personality altogether, how you speak. Um,
Okay.
so that's my opinion on it.
Okay. So a question I have for you. So there may be a guy who wears a polka dot shirt and a striped pants, and he thinks he's well put together, and he's like, yeah, I'm good. What would be your thoughts on that? He, in his mind, he's put together.
Um, my thought, my thoughts on that would be to ask him who told him that. Who told you that that was well put together? Um, we need to, if you know how to do it well,
Right.
do it. If you're just doing it
Okay.
because you want to, rethink it. Because
Okay.
you gotta be aware of the people around you, people next to you, and people coming after you. And come to be a gentleman means that you don't necessarily draw attention, too much attention to yourself, but you walk
Right.
around with the polished and just gentleman-like persona, um, to encourage people, to encourage younger men to say, you know, this is what I want. I want to be like this. Or to encourage older men to be proud of the fact that this is how it is going to be. And then to show women that we have class. We have class. So
Yes, you
if
do.
you know how to pull off, if you know how to pull off polka dots and stripes, power to you. But learn, learn. The same way you gotta learn about the cars that you want and how you want to update the car or how you want to split up the house and stuff like that. Take time to learn about how to put those together before you decide to wear polka dot stripes.
Okay. Great advice. So, in terms of learning, is there a particular way that a gentleman should shop for clothing? For example, in terms of his body type, how would they actually choose clothing for themselves?
Um, I would say do your research. Look at people. I will always tell people to create a mood board, to create a lookbook. You go on Google
Right.
or Pinterest or whatever, and you look at people that you believe dress well and see that
Okay.
have your similar body type and wear to suit, and then pay attention to the
Okay.
fit. Most clothing stores that have assistants, they will tell you, well, hopefully, they should tell you how the clothes fit you. Um, Fit is important. You don't want anything too baggy, you don't want anything too tight, and you want to pay attention to either your square form or your slender
Right.
form, so you know what patterns and colors work best for you. So do your research.
Okay. Okay. So, in terms of colors, now, is there a particular type of color that is not appropriate for men? You would say?
Um, it depends on the complexion of the person. If you're a
Okay.
darker skinned dude, you can get away with a lot. If you're lighter, if you're white, Chinese, Caucasian, um, where is Caucasian? They're colors that you need to stay away from because normally you match your colors to your undertone. So black
Right. Okay.
people have an orange undertone, yeah.
Right.
Chinese have a yellow undertone. Caucasian people have a pink undertone. So
Hmm.
based on the colors, those colors, you can put colors from the family together if you want to start figuring out how to choose the colors from the family. So the orange family has in all of the earth tone colors. The pink
Right.
family is all of the pastels and the bright colors and stuff like that. And then the yellow family is close to the earth tone colors but more brighter. Black people can get away with a lot of stuff. We can pull off a lot of stuff because our undertone is orange. It's like the best baseline for any color scheme. Um, so that's how you approach it if you want to start
Okay.
figuring out what colors to work with your skin tone.
Okay, nice. That is a wealth of information. Would you say there's a particular piece of attire that all men should have within their wardrobe?
Sure, there are about five main things every man should have. That is a very good suit.
Okay, five main things. Okay,
Five main things. So a
right.
very good suit, a very good pair of jeans. This goes two ways because you can have a blue pair of jeans and a black pair, but jeans are important.
Okay,
white soft shoes, white sneakers, because they just go well with anything. Black dress shoes and brown dress shoes. This is also one.
Okay.
Right? And then a very decent choice of plain t-shirts, preferably white or black, V-neck or crew neck, doesn't matter. 5 things.
Okay, great. Now I know you spoke about when you work with your clients, you really want to bring out their personality. I know you would have spoken to Ezekiel before. We have some of his photos that we just want to take a look at how he incorporated his personality within his attire. Can you speak a little bit to us about that, Omari?
Yeah. With Ezekiel's attire, if we look at the red jacket, the blazer that he has on with his African hat and his scarf, he really pays attention
Yeah,
to the color scheme. It dark, keeps it mature, and then he puts in his culture with it. I love how he wears his black turtleneck, just ties everything together, makes it look very classy. And he always pays homage to his African culture with his scarf print and that hat. I love that hat. So burgundy, well, that's burgundy. So burgundy and black, some of the easiest colors to put together. You can get
okay,
away with anything with burgundy and black. So he really knows his skin tone, he knows his culture, he knows his body type. So the jacket fits nice. Make sure that the hat fits nice on his head. He knows his angles, so even in the shot, knows where to put his head. So those are the things that people should pay attention to. And he does very
right.
well. Um, he does
Okay.
very well. He pays attention to himself.
Okay, how about this other photo we have of him with the blue jacket and it has in a combination of yellow as well? How would you say his personality
Yeah.
is brought
So
out within the yeah.
it means that he's a creative. He's an artist. He's a
Yeah,
poet, right? So the experimentation of color and brightness, and almost every artist I know has that type of creativity. We always like to push the boundaries, and that jacket has in so many different patterns. Oh my, I love that
right,
jacket to be honest. And the way he chose the yellow, he simplifies it because he's not that flamboyant. He's very classy, and he brings the tan shoes
right.
into it. Make sure that the jeans is nice, no rips, no tears, just a nice clean jeans with the tan sneakers. Those are sneakers, and the jacket is the star of the show right here. But jacket is the star of the show.
Okay. You're making me laugh while you're speaking about his interior, like his tan shoes, just how sleek he looks. I was just another query that I had for you, Omari. Um, we in Kingdom Arts, we believe, of course, that everything that we do is for God's glory, including fashion and design. Do you believe that there is fashion out there that is not appropriate for men of the kingdom?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So like I said, fashion has trends. It's some, but it's people's opinion. So we gotta be careful how we choose outfits. We don't need to be wearing our sister's jeans. We don't need to be rocking. And this is something that I did a lot. I used to wear my shirt unbuttoned, like 4 or 5 buttons down, because I thought it was like the hot thing to do to get the girls' attention. And then God really spoke to me. I was like, yo, we're not
Or
trying
jack
to
you up?
distract women. Yeah, he pulled me right out. He was like, no, we're not trying to distract women. Remember about that ladies who told me that a lady said, you trying to distract me? I was like, oh shoot, sorry. Um, so we gotta be careful how we wear clothes and think about, because as a man, I know that I think, and I know I want family one day, and I know I want a son one day, and I need to think about what my son is gonna do if he's a picture of me with me on my chest out or my pants so far down my behind that I can't walk properly. am I gonna be okay if he does that? You know.
Right.
So those are questions. Those are questions that as a man like God you gotta answer. Is it, am I gonna be fine with my son if he does that, or am I gonna be fine with my daughter dating a boy that does that? Then you decide how you should dress. You decide.
I totally agree with you, Mari. I also am wondering about the topic that you spoke about in terms of body type. I wanted us to go back and look at Ezekiel again. Um, the attire that he has there with a white shirt on. How would you say he would have chosen that with regards to his body type?
Um, Ezekiel is a pretty muscular dude. Um, he
Okay.
knows he knows he's a muscular dude. So there's nothing wrong with accentuating your body as a man. But
Right.
if you look closely, the shirt isn't that tight. So he's not drawing attention to himself.
Exactly.
But the folds are, to show the curve in the arms. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. You worked out.
Mhm.
You worked out. So um he did it nicely and he didn't bring attention to his body. His shirt is white. It's a plain white t-shirt. And he pops the
Right.
color with the beanie on. And that's kind of like where the eyes go. So
Right.
he's aware of the fact that he looks good, but
Right.
making sure that he doesn't draw attention, the wrong attention to him.
Right. Okay. And tell us a little bit more about this image with him in the tan or the khaki jacket.
Oh man, that was a brilliant way to bring in Earth. That was a brilliant way. I mean, two of those colors are the same as that color, and
Right.
it could be much. For some people, it could be like, when you put in two of the same colors back to back, is a little matchy matchy. But no, because those Chelsea boots pull away from the yellow, from the mustard. I think that's mustard. They pull away from it, and then he has a dark color in between that is everything together. So from afar, it just looks like a very well put together ensemble. And it doesn't matter if the shirt matches the jacket because their other colors were all the explosion of mustard. I believe that was mustard.
Okay, thank you for that. Yes, I do take your point in terms of both of the colors looking similar, but yet, as you said, they don't look matchy matchy, as you said. They flow well with each other. Another question for you, Omari. So I know you're a young person, you're a young stylist. You also want to minister to other young Christians, men within the kingdom. On a serious note, how about those older gentlemen who may think that, thinking about fashion, thinking about parents, that really is for the younger generation. I'm a busy person, I'm working, I have kids, I have to take care of a home. There are bills, there are other responsibilities that are far more pressing than for me to think about fashion and appearance. So that's good for the younger generation, but I've kind of grown up, I'm matured, and I can't really think about that right now. What would be your thought to that perception?
Um, I would say that's your opinion, but people are watching. When you were younger, you looked at other males that you wanted to be like, whether it be from sports, whether it be from business. You looked up to them. What was to happen if they were to tell themselves, I've lived my life, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to play sports anymore. I don't want to be a millionaire in a business company and share my education and my wealth of knowledge anymore. So I'm done. I give up. I'm 40, did it already, I'm done. You would have missed out on the growth, past the growth. And as a Christian, as a believer, young men always pay attention to older Christians, always. Because someday, either that's what they want to be like, or that's what they don't want to be. And I know for me personally, a lot of older men I stay close to because
Mm-hmm.
they encourage me to want to grow into a godly man. And that comes from both
Mm-hmm.
sides, both fashion or the outer appearance and the inner appearance. So be mindful of the
Mm-hmm.
fact that people are still watching. Even though you've
Right.
lived your life, you've had your 20s, people are still watching. You're still learning. And we don't stop learning until we die. So don't do it for you. Do it for the person after you.
Okay, fine. And your father, and I know just having a conversation before, you would have mentioned his influence on your life. Can you tell the viewers just a little bit about your father's influence in your life and being a stylist and also being well aware of your appearance and how it impacts younger men?
My father was always well dressed. He always knew what he wanted to look like per se. Um, Being the fact that he was a leader, he's a pastor, he's a businessman. So whenever
Mm-hmm.
he dressed to suit. He's gonna greet you like a businessman. He's gonna greet you like a friend. He's gonna greet you like a pastor. So he knew people would be looking at him in all sides of life
Right.
and trying to pick at something. So when I was growing up, because I was experimenting a lot, there were things that he liked, there were things that he really did not like, but he was always open enough to allow me to experiment. And when he felt like, all right, yeah, well, you getting a little too far, pull it
Mm-hmm.
back. This is not about your person that coming out. You're not dressing for yourself, per se, dressing for people's opinion, but you're
Right.
dressing for people to learn about God and the type of person that you are. So they're learning from how you look. Not that you're trying to impress, so it's not about impressing people, but
Right.
you want to create a decent name for yourself that says this guy was a man of God and this is how he carried himself. So he really had a lot to do with it, but it was more so allowing me to express myself before saying, "Oh yeah, you might go on relating, relating a little bit."
Well, Omari, it was such a pleasure having you with us on K Fashion Connect. Do you have any closing thoughts or comments that you want to give to our viewers, especially those young men there in the kingdom?
First of all, I just want to say that it was an honor. I'm so happy you guys asked me to be on. It was fun. Had a grand time. What I would say to the younger people out there is to pay attention to what you are creating. Uh, is to say, and in everything you do, serve and serve to the glory of God, which means that you
Mm.
dress in such a way to serve. So don't dress for yourself. Always dress, or always do anything for God's will and for the person next to you, the person behind you. That is that is what I would say because that is what I was told, and I love that sentiment so much. Really learn from it.
Great. I had a great time with you too, Omari. And again, thank you for joining us on KA Fashion Connect. We're going to hear so much more about you. And as usual, we speak God's blessings into the designers and stylists and creatives within the kingdom of God. We always want them to be prosperous, be excellent in everything that they do because we know that we are glorifying God in everything. So I just want to thank the viewers for watching us on K Fashion Connect. And again, reminding everyone to share, to subscribe, to like us on YouTube and Facebook at Kingdom Arts BB. So I'm going to see you next time on K Fashion Connect. Take care.